Hi, I'm Mario Ariave with Utmost Performance. Have you ever felt angry or frustrated? Have you ever felt intense feelings of doubt? These emotions maybe have followed a training session or perhaps a competition. And we could easily label them as negative emotions, emotions that we don't want to feel this way. We'd rather feel differently. We'd rather feel confident. We'd rather feel content. We would rather feel satisfied with our self-image and who we are. But sometimes, oftentimes, negative emotions will creep in. And they're just par for the course. They're going to happen. One of the misconceptions of what I do as a mindset coach is trying to steer us away from these negative emotions as quickly as possible. An athlete would come to me, Mario, I'm feeling angry. I'm feeling frustrated. And oftentimes what we think is, let's get out of here as soon as possible. Let's turn that anger into happiness. Let's turn that frustration into contentment quickly. Let's go. Let's get going. The longer we sit here in these negative emotions, the worse it is for us. And let me tell you something. That's not always the case. Negative emotions can be a good thing. Surprise. It always depends, doesn't it? Negative emotions play a pivotal role because they give us information that we can't get when we're satisfied. We can't get this kind of information when we're happy. We can't get this kind of information when we're content. We've got to be feeling the ugly part, the frustration, the sadness, the depression, whatever that happens to be. So we shouldn't move on. What we should do is, wait a minute. You're feeling angry for some reason. Maybe it's not a valid reason, but that doesn't matter. What matters is that is your emotion. That is your negative emotion that you're experiencing. So what we need to do is we need to find out why. What information is that anger giving us? What is it telling us about you? What is it telling us about your beliefs? And then we can take that information. Now, here's the last thing I'm going to say. We can take that information. We need to use that information. See, the other part of this equation is a lot of times when we're feeling negative emotions, we have these things called coping mechanisms that we've come up with. Well, if I'm feeling angry, I'm going to go lift weights. If I'm feeling frustrated, I'm just going to have my favorite snack or go eat at my favorite restaurant. But folks, after we're done lifting weights, after we're done eating that ice cream or having that meal at that restaurant, we still have to deal with ourselves, don't we? And what we often find is, I'm still angry. I'm still frustrated. I still feel inadequate. My confidence is still not at the level that I would like it to be. So that's not the answer, folks. The coping mechanism oftentimes doesn't work. What does work, however, is, okay, you're angry. You're frustrated. Let's take in some information and find out why you're feeling that way. And then let's look at things that we can do, ways that we can think, things that we can say, whatever it happens to be that we can come up with that would begin to turn that frustration into a more positive emotion, turn that anger into a more positive emotion. But we're using the information that's been given to us by the negative emotion, and then we're formulating some kind of a plan to be able to deal with that. And that's how we move on from a negative emotion to a more positive emotion. And all of that takes time, and everybody's timetable is different. So yes, ultimately, we want to get rid of that negative emotion. We don't want to sit there forever. But this process takes time, and we must go through each step individually to be able to figure this out. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I appreciate you guys. Hopefully you're enjoying the content on this channel. If you are, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. And do me a favor, share this video with one person.